If y'all didn't see it already, Chicago Sky's first game without Angel Reese this season, they got absolutely slaughtered by the Atlanta Dream. 37-point loss at home, which is pretty sad. And again, it shows you what we already knew, or people who actually know basketball even a little bit knows. The Angel Reese's impact is extremely high, and no one really understands how high it is. I have a video coming, I think, tomorrow about that, so definitely tune into that. But again, the Chicago Sky, they can't go on like this for the rest of Angel Reese's prime. She has 2 years left on her contract, I believe. I wouldn't be mad if she leaves in the offseason. I mean, I would be mad because I like this guy and I'm a fan of Angel Reese's. But again, she's getting no help at all. This offseason was terrible for Chicago Sky. Like, cool, you got Ariel Atkins. You traded her for the number 3 pick, which turns out to be Sonia Citron. Again, Atkins is a great player. She's the least of the Sky's problems, I believe. In my opinion, she's pretty easily the second best player on the team. And yeah, she also wasn't playing today as well, which definitely hurts the Sky a lot. But like that's the only move they really made this offseason was to get Ariel Atkins for the number 3 pick, which a lot of people would say that's a bad trade. I don't really know how to really evaluate that trade because obviously it looks bad in hindsight. But Ariel Atkins is a really good player, so I'm not really tripping. It's a win-win trade, I guess. But and again, they didn't really do anything in the offseason. Like, they went and got Kia Nurse, cool. I mean, again, respectfully, she's been one of the worst players in the league this season. You went and got Rebecca Allen, cool. She's not really good either on offense. Then you got Haley Van Lith in the draft, like, cool. Like, she's not good either, unfortunately. I like Haley Van Lith, but she's not really good. Then you obviously got West Bell, who, again, she doesn't even get in, and she's not that good either. So the Sky, they really did nothing in the offseason. They were just content with being bad. They lost Kennedy Carter, which was a super dumb thing. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen a WNBA team do. She was the best offensive player on the team. I think her and Angel Reese were... I think Kennedy was the best player on the team last year. If she was on the team this year, I think it would be like 1A, 1B type thing. But like, Kennedy Carter was a top 15 player in the league. You let her walk for no reason at all. I guess, little egos got in the way, I'm guessing. That's why she didn't get re-signed. I didn't hear any bad blood about the two teams or the two parties, meaning Chicago Sky and Kennedy Carter. But I assume something, I guess, happened behind the scenes, which isn't too uncommon for Kennedy Carter to get into with people as much as I like her. She's probably my favorite player in women's basketball right now, but it is what it is. But again, if you're going to lose Kennedy Carter, you got to actually spend that money wisely. You got to actually improve the roster. But instead, it seemed like the Sky were content with just being garbage, which I guess you can't be mad at. They don't even own their own first-round pick, I believe. So it's like you're being garbage for no reason. And I do believe the Sky could make a run with a healthy Angel Reese and a healthy Ariel Atkins. I think they could make the playoffs, possibly. It's going to be a long shot at this point. But I think they have a good chance just because how good Angel Reese is. But again, today was terrible. They shot 25% from the field. 25% from the field. They only shot 8 free throws because they have nobody to put the pressure on the rim when Angel Reese is not in the game. And that's another thing. Like, you have Rachel Banham at point guard, who Banham, she's good. I think she's a solid player. She's one of the best shooters in the league. She definitely hasn't been the Sky's biggest problem at all this season. In fact, she's probably been like their 4th best player, I'd say, probably behind Reese, Cardoso, and Ariel Atkins, I'd say. Or Elizabeth Williams been better too, I'd probably say. But like, when you have Banham at point guard, Banham has zero ability to put any pressure on the rim, like at all. She's respectfully, she doesn't have much handles. She has no speed with the ball, obviously. She's not penetrated into the paint at all. And again, that's not her job. She's playing out of a position. She's best as a 2 guard, as a 3 guard, or not a 3 guard, a small forward, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But she's not good at a point guard position, I don't think, just because she doesn't put pressure on the rim. She doesn't put pressure on defenses outside of her shooting. So, like, besides that, you have no one else to do that. Angel Reese is the only person who could do that. Ariel Atkins could do it too, but Angel Reese is the main person who's putting pressure on defenses. You know what I mean? That's why whenever people look at percentages at the rim, it's so funny to me because you don't realize how hard it is to get looks at the rim consistently like Angel Reese does. And it helps the team out so much when you have the ability to do that. You saw it today with the Chicago Sky. Like, they shot 8 free throws today. You got to get to the line to win games. The Atlanta Dream shot 20 free throws. The Chicago Sky shot 25% from the field because all their shots are difficult shots because you have nobody who could put any pressure on the defenses. That's why Angel Reese is so impactful, really, on offense. Obviously we know about the rebound, we know about the defense. but she has the ability to put pressure on defenses that no one else on the Sky can do. She's averaging 4 assists per game. A lot of that is her driving and kicking it out. They have no one who can do that. That's the problem. Michaela Onyenwere, I believe she could do it a little bit, but she never gets an opportunity to, so it really doesn't matter. Then Mariah Jefferson, she doesn't really get in the game. She had a good game today, 7-5-5, which the only person who played decent on the team. So, that's what the Sky need. They need someone to put pressure on defenses, which, I guess they had someone last year who's probably the best in the league at doing that. But, again, they didn't want to re-sign her, so it is what it is. And, again, the Sky, they're in a bad place right now. They better thank Angel Reese. They need to give her the keys to the city or whatever, because without her, this team would be absolutely awful. They probably would win 3 games out of 44 games. I'm not even trolling. And, again, Camila Cardoso, a big fan of hers. I think she has potential to be a top 10 player in the league at one point. She needs to stop playing so, passive. She has, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, she has 0 dog, which hurts to say because I'm a big fan of hers. Always will be, but she has no aggression at all. She plays like she doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, like she still wants to be friends afterwards, which that has to stop. I wish you could put Angel Reese's mentality into Camila Cardoso and you have the best player in the WNBA. But again, the Sky suck. They played terrible without Angel Reese today. They got killed in the paint completely, 22-point differential in the paint, which again, with Angel Reese, I doubt that would have happened. And again, let me know what you guys think of this down below. In my opinion, I think the Sky are cooked.